Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Tuesday, the 10th of October. India's Interior Minister inaugurates first BIMSTEC disaster management exercise in New Delhi. CPEC project a death call for people of Balochistan, says Baloch activist Naela. And international aid group Red Cross to cut down operations in Afghanistan after attacks. And now for all the details. Senior security official on Tuesday confirmed that 3 militants of Hizbul Mujahideen militant group were gunned down in an encounter in Indian Kashmir. The militants were eliminated on Monday after a cordon and search operation turned into an encounter.
Three militants of Hizbul Mujahideen militant group were gunned down by security forces in an encounter in Indian Kashmir on Monday. The militants were eliminated after an operation was launched following a tip-off about the presence of militants in Gatipura village of Shopian district. Commanding officer Colonel D.S. Negi on Tuesday confirmed the incident and said there was no collateral damage.
इन्फॉर्मेशन पे ऑपरेशन हुआ था जिसमें कि हमको गतिपुरा की खबर आई थी। वहाँ पर हमने कॉर्डन किया, कांटेक्ट हासिल किया और हमने 3 मिलिटेंट्स को एलिमिनेट किया वहाँ पे और क्लीन ऑपरेशन था। कोई सिविलियन कैजुअल्टी नहीं, कोई कोलैटरल डैमेज नहीं हुआ।
The gun battle took place within hours after security forces gunned down a commander of Pakistan-based militant group Jaish-e-Mohammed in Baramulla district of the province.
Moving on, India's Interior Minister Rajnath Singh on Tuesday inaugurated the first BIMSTEC disaster management exercise in New Delhi. Addressing the delegates of the 7 member nations, he called for improved disaster preparedness among the South Asian countries to reduce the loss of lives.
India's Interior Minister Rajnath Singh on Tuesday called for improved disaster preparedness among South Asian countries to reduce loss of lives. Singh made the remarks at the inauguration of the first disaster management exercise of BIMSTEC, or Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral, Technical and Economic Cooperation in capital New Delhi. He said the recent floods and landslides during the monsoon season have affected millions of people across almost all the BIMSTEC countries, the sub-regional group of South Asian nations.
If you make our communities, our towns and villages and our economic activities resilient, we can reduce the losses arising from these extreme events. Improved disaster preparedness is a cornerstone of this effort.
The 4-day program will see participation of high-level delegates from 7 member nations, aiming to strengthen coordination among the member nations during disasters.
Meanwhile, at least 5 persons belonging to the ethnic Hazaras Shia community were killed when unidentified gunmen opened fire on their vehicle in Quetta city of southwestern Balochistan province on Monday. No group has claimed responsibility for the attack.
Gunmen on Monday shot and killed 5 minority Hazara Shiite Muslims in southwestern Balochistan province, officials said. The attack took place in Quetta city, where nearly 500,000 Hazaras have settled since fleeing Afghanistan to escape the violence in their homeland during the past 4 decades. Police officials said the attackers opened fire from a motorcycle after asking the truck in which the victims were traveling to pull over.
हमलावरों के बारे में हमें ये इत्तला मिली है कि वो एक मोटरसाइकिल पे 2 लोग हैं जिन्होंने इनको पहले रोकने का इशारा किया और उसके बाद उन्होंने साइडों से फायरिंग की और पीछे से फायरिंग की है, क्योंकि पीछे भी कुछ लोग बैठे थे और ड्राइवर के साथ भी लोग बैठे हुए थे.
No group has claimed responsibility for the attack. More than 20 Hazaras have been killed in similar shootings in Balochistan in the past 2 years, according to the police.
Naela Quadri Baloch, a Baloch woman activist, has alleged that the multi-billion-dollar China-Pakistan economic corridor project is a death call for Baloch people. She claimed the project, which passes through southwestern Balochistan province, has only brought death and destruction for the people.
Baloch activists in recent months have opposed and called the multi-billion-dollar China-Pakistan Economic Corridor or CPEC project as exploitative. Recently, Naela Baloch, a Baloch women activist, alleged that the project is a death call for the Baloch people. She said that human rights violations by the Pakistani authorities was rampant since many decades, but with the onset of the CPEC project, extrajudicial killings, kidnappings and displacement of the Baloch people has increased.
लेकिन जो सीपैक के आने के साथ ही जो है ना वो मार धाड़ का उठाने का कत्ल करने का बलूचों के घर जलाने का जो सिलसिला है वो सीपैक के आने से ही तो तेज़ हुआ है। तो सीपैक तो एक तरह से डेथ कॉल है बलूच के लिए। जहाँ जहाँ सीपैक का रूट है सबसे ज़्यादा घर वहाँ जलाए गए हैं, वहाँ से लोगों को हरास करके डिस्प्लेस कर दिया गया है।
She said that CPEC project has only brought death and destruction for the local people instead of economic opportunities. She blamed China for helping Pakistan in committing war crimes and genocide in Balochistan in the name of the project.
In news from Afghanistan, international aid group Red Cross has decided to drastically cut its operations in Afghanistan. Red Cross on Monday said the decision comes following attacks that have killed 7 of its staff this year in the country.
The International Committee of the Red Cross or ICRC on Monday announced that it will drastically cut back its operations in Afghanistan. The announcement came following a series of attacks that have killed 7 of the aid group's staff this year. Red Cross officials said the assessments are ongoing and they could not say how many of its 1,800 staff would be affected.
So after internal discussions with our highest level at the headquarters, we have reached the conclusion that we have no choice but to drastically reduce our presence and activities, and in particular in the north of Afghanistan.
In February, the organization put all of its operations on hold after 6 of its staff members were killed in an attack on an aid convoy in the far north Afghanistan. Operations gradually resumed over the summer, but last month, a Spanish Red Cross physiotherapist working in the northern city of Mazar-e-Sharif was shot dead by one of her patients.
Famed Afghan singer Rajnath Singh was honored with a Bravery Award by the National Institute of Music in Afghanistan. She was honored after her concerts concluded successfully despite facing major opposition by some extremist groups.
A well-known singer in Afghanistan, Rajnath Singh was honored with an award for bravery over the weekend by the Afghanistan National Institute of Music or ANIM. ANIM bestowed the honor on Rajnath following her successful concert in the country, including her Independence Day show in Accuse, which was opposed by some extremist groups.
شما تصور کرده میتونستین من کنسرت در پایتخت افغانستان به تعقیبش خواست دیگه من در بسته شدن دروازه‌های اینستیتوت ملی موسیقی افغانستان نمی بود.
In a country with extremist groups who oppose the growth of artistic and cultural programs, Rajnath defied the odds with her never-stopping spirit. After receiving the honor, the brave singer said that she is thankful to her supporters, who include both men and women in the country.
Moving on to news from Nepal, 2 months after it pulled out of the government, the Kamal Thapa-led Rashtriya Prajatantra Party or RPP on Monday decided to extend its support to Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deoba's Nepali Congress. RPP's decision comes amid talks that Deoba is mulling over letting go of CPN Mao's centre ministers. This comes as a big respite for Deoba's party, which is trying to form an effective coalition to counter a left electoral alliance formed by his coalition partner, the CPN Maoist Centre. Last week, CPN Mao Centre, CPN UML and the Naya Shakti Nepal formed an electoral alliance, paving the way for a party unification. Nepal will be witnessing federal and provincial polls on November 26th and December 7th this year. India's apex court on Monday temporarily banned the sale of firecrackers in and around the capital region ahead of Diwali, the Hindu festival of lights. The ban is to address the pollution problem that Diwali festivities leave the air in Delhi thick with deadly smoke.
India's capital, New Delhi, and its neighbouring region are hoping to witness a cleaner Diwali, the Hindu festival of lights, this year. It's because the Supreme Court of India on Monday banned the sale of firecrackers till November 1st, saying it wants to assess the impact on the air quality. The move has been hailed by the residents. They say it would help curb pollution that creates problems for people.
नहीं, मैं कोर्ट के फैसले से सहमत हूँ। जो निर्णय आया वो ठीक है देश के लिए, क्योंकि पोल्यूशन अपने यहाँ बहुत ज़्यादा है। इससे बीमारियाँ भी बहुत हो रही हैं, लोगों को दिक्कत भी हो रही है।
However, cracker manufacturers and shopkeepers have urged the court to review the decision. They say the immediate ban would choke livelihoods of hundreds of people in the business. Diwali festivities each year leave the air in New Delhi thick with deadly smog and suspended particles, forcing closure of schools as residents complain of breathlessness and pollution-related difficulties.
A teenage boy from India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province has become an internet sensation with his rap song. The 16-year-old, out of little exposure, is following his passion and aims to represent the culture of the province in the future.
16-year-old Imran is a budding singer from Kulgam district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. Imi, since his childhood, was very interested in singing and even took classes for it. During his singing journey, he has performed at various places across the country. The emerging singer has now released his song called Level through a music company, which he considers his biggest achievement.
Actually, it's not my hobby. ये मेरी aim बता सकते हैं आप, इसको मेरी aim बता सकते हैं कि एक अच्छा singer बनूं, कश्मीर को represent करूं, कश्मीर के talent, art, culture, इन चीज़ों को represent करूं, ये सबसे बड़ा मेरा motive था.
Seeing Imran doing well in his chosen field, his family is proud of him and is hopeful that his work will be appreciated in future too.
हम लोग तो बहुत ज़्यादा खुश है कि पहली तो खुशी इस बात की हो रही है हमें कि कश्मीर में ऐसा कोई बंदा टैलेंट आया है सामने, और फिर दूसरी इस चीज़ की भी खुशी है कि ये टैलेंट हमारे घर से आया है. बहुत ज़्यादा खुश है हम.
Imi is one of the artists who are working very hard in the direction of their dreams. And despite unrest which arises due to militant attacks from across the border in the province, nothing fails to dampen his spirit.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/Asia Newsline and follow us on Twitter @Asia Newsline. Well, that's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.